All right, Small Boy Sir Squad, gather round. So here's the deal, right? We're diving deep today, like Mariana Trench deep. And yeah, buckle up because we're talking about yours truly, hitting the big 3-5, or let's be real, creeping dangerously close to 40 and still chilling. With my parents. Yup, you heard that right. It's a real plot twist kind of situation, isn't it? Never in a million years did I picture myself in this glorious, extended stay scenario. It's like a sitcom, but without the laugh track, mostly just awkward pauses and the occasional parental side eye. And honestly, yeah, there's a whole bucket of shame involved, like a big bucket, the kind you use to catch leaks in a roof, you know? So the other day, my older brother, bless his heart, about 3 years senior, we got into a, shall we say, spirited debate over like a misplaced remote or something equally earth-shattering, and naturally he went straight for the jugular. Oh, you're almost 40 still living with mom and dad. What's wrong with you? When are you finally launching this bird from the nest? And ouch! Just ouch! It hit me right in the feels like a rogue dodgeball in gym class. Shame, embarrassment, guilt, the whole emotional buffet. Now look, I get it. I could technically fly the coop. But then, reality hits you like a cold shower, especially when you live in sunny yet ridiculously pricey California. I mean, my paycheck? Let's just say it's not exactly funding a mansion in Beverly Hills, more like funding ramen noodles and a slight existential dread. If I moved out right now, half my income would vanish into the rent abyss. And let's be honest, saving money is kind of my, well, non-existent thing. See my 20s and early 30s? Let's just call them my wild and reckless phase. And by wild and reckless, I mean I was, shall we say, a bit too friendly with the casino, gambling, folks. It was my hobby, a very expensive hobby. We'll unpack that drama in another video because, wow, that's a whole saga. So, yeah, no. Savings, nada, zilch. And let's be real, living with your parents at this age isn't exactly a picnic for them either. I'm sure they're thrilled to have a 35-year-old single adult son still occupying their spare room. It's not exactly the picture-perfect life trajectory, is it? Most people my age. Married, houses, stable careers, maybe even a sensible investment portfolio. Me? I'm here wondering how I managed to miss all those life milestones. Sometimes I look around and it's like, whoosh, time just happened. Like, I blinked and suddenly I'm staring down the barrel of 40 with nothing to show for it. And let's be real, my job is not exactly a six-figure corner office kind of gig. I'm looking at a long, fulfilling career of just scraping by. And, you know, being Asian, there's this whole cultural thing about independence, family, marriage, kids. And I can't help but wonder, what are my parents really thinking? Deep down, like, when is this kid gonna get his act together? But hey, it's not like living under their roof is a breeze either. They're classic Asian parents. You know, the micromanagement phase was intense. It felt like I was living in a sitcom where the parents were the overbearing yet loving dictators. But they have a point, right? If I were them, I'd be thinking, seriously? Still? And yeah, they're basically giving me free rent, which in this economy is like winning the lottery. I'm pretty sure I have a solid case of Peter Pan syndrome. You know, the whole refusing to grow up thing? I still feel like a college kid sometimes because honestly, I kind of stopped progressing after college. You know, that whole get a job, get married, have kids life script? I kind of hit pause. My brother, on the other hand, he's got the wife, the kids, the house. He's living the adulting dream. And honestly, he's way more mature than I am. Sometimes I think people mistake me for being younger because, well, I don't exactly radiate adult responsibility. And let's not forget my parents are getting older. They're 75. And I can't help but wonder, how much longer can this arrangement last? Because eventually I'm going to have to face the music. And in this economy, it's going to be a heavy metal concert. I've even considered living in my car. Seriously. Like just to save on rent. It's a drastic move. I know, I've watched all the YouTube tutorials, the Elysium Van Life Chronicles. But, you know, you don't really know till you try. Rent, folks, is the monster in the closet. It eats your paycheck like a hungry, hungry hippo. And if I could eliminate that expense, game changer. So yeah, that's where I'm at. A 35-year-old dude living with his parents contemplating a life in a hatchback. It's a wild ride, folks. A wild, slightly embarrassing ride. But hey, thanks for tuning in. We'll see where this crazy train takes us. Stay tuned, Small Boy Sir Squad, and I'll catch you. All right, Small Boy Sir fam. Let's wrap this up, shall we? So what's the takeaway here, right? What life lessons can we glean from this glorious, slightly awkward tale of a nearly 40-year-old still navigating the parental homestead? Well, for starters, let's talk about expectations. Society, especially in certain cultures, throws these timelines at us, these shoulds and musts. You should be married by now. You should own a house. You should have a thriving career. But honestly, life doesn't always follow a script. Sometimes you take detours, get lost in the scenic route, or in my case, get stuck in a prolonged pit. Stop at the parental rest stop, and that's okay. It's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay to be a little behind schedule. It's okay to admit you're struggling, because let's be real, pretending everything is perfect is exhausting, and it's isolating. We all have our own unique journeys, our own battles, our own interesting living situations. And comparing ourselves to others is a recipe for misery. Your brother has a house and kids? Great for him. But that's his story, not yours. Your friends are all climbing the corporate ladder? Awesome. But that's their path, not yours. Focus on your own race, at your own pace. And speaking of pace, let's talk about self-compassion. I know, it sounds a bit like a self-help seminar, but hear me out. Be kind to yourself. You've made mistakes. We all have. You've taken wrong turns. Happens to the best of us. You're still living with your parents. Well, yeah, that's a unique situation. But instead of beating yourself up, try to understand our why. Try to learn from it. And most importantly, try to forgive yourself. Because dwelling on the past, it's like driving while looking in the rearview mirror. You're not going to get very far. And let's be real. Sometimes you need a little help. And that's okay too. Asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It's admitting that you're human, that you don't have all the answers, and sometimes that help comes in the form of free rent. Or maybe it's a friend who listens without judgment. Or maybe it's a therapist who helps you unpack your emotional baggage. Whatever it is, don't be afraid to reach out. And let's not forget the power of resilience. Life throws curveballs. It throws fastballs, sliders, and the occasional beanball. And sometimes you get hit, but you get back up, you dust yourself off. And you keep swinging, because that's what life is, right? A series of ups and downs, victories and defeats, triumphs, and living with your parents. And through it all, you learn, you grow, you become stronger. So if you're out there feeling lost, feeling stuck, feeling like you're the only one who doesn't have it all together, remember this: you're not alone. You're not a failure. You're just on your own unique journey, and that's okay. And if you're feeling inspired or maybe just a little bit entertained by my tales of adulting gone wrong, then hit that like button. And if you want more stories like this, more glimpses into the chaotic, hilarious, and sometimes heartbreaking reality of life, then subscribe to Small Boy Sir. Because we're all in this together. We're all navigating this crazy thing called life. And sometimes we just need a little reminder that we're not alone. So thanks for watching, Small Boy Sir fam. Stay awesome, stay real, and I'll see you in the next video.